Peter Schiff, president of Euro-Pacific Capital and internet sensation, is back. And he's here for a special TARP 2 lightning round on TheStreet.com TV. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks for having me on again.
All right, you ready to go for a special lightning round?
Let's go.
Here we go. TARP 2.
Bigger disaster than TARP 1. You know, Obama promise changed. This is just more of the same, only bigger.
Tim Geithner.
Part of the problem, not part of the solution.
Ben Bernanke.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started on him. He's in a close race with Alan Greenspan for the worst Fed chairman in history. So far, Greenspan's still got the lead, but Bernanke's gaining fast.
John Thanes Commode.
Well, that's typical. What do you expect Wall Street to do when you give them money? You know, the guy, what does he spend $60,000 on the commodity? But I guess, you know, he should have spent $60,000 on the toilet bowl, because if you're going to flush government money down the toilet, you need to have an appropriately expensive bowl to do the flushing.
General Motors.
Look, we should let General Motors go bankrupt. We should let Chrysler go bankrupt, not because I don't think we need to make automobiles in this country. I think we desperately need to make them, but we need to make them profitably, and GM in its current form can't do it. We need to let the company go bankrupt so the resources, both human capital and real capital, can be reallocated, and so we can make more cars in this country, not so Americans can buy them. We've got more cars than we need. We need to make cars and export them to people in other countries who can actually export to buy them, so we can begin to earn back some money and dig ourselves out of this gigantic hole.
General Electric.
Look, I've been saying General Electric is a hedge fund masquerading as a company. I think if it wasn't for government bailouts, GM would already be bankrupt. So again, you know, I would certainly stay away from the company. Wouldn't buy the stock. You know,
Gold.
buy it. Gold's going a lot higher. Gold is money. Ultimately, the price of gold is going to actually take off, literally take off. It's still trading below 1,000. You know, one of these days we're going to look back at triple-digit gold prices with nostalgia. Buy it now before everybody on your street owns theirs, and you're talking about thousands of dollars an ounce.
Goldman Sachs.
Well, again, same problem. You know, government bailouts. I mean, these guys. Everybody thought these guys were the smartest guys in the room. Maybe so, but there are a lot of dumb people in that room. So it's like, you know, no big deal. But look, you know, what I think is the old leaders, the Goldmans of the world, I think that's the past. What the future is going to be the new firms that are going to rise to replace these companies. Right now, the government's got them all on life support. The free market would bankrupt them. And ultimately, I'm sure there are a lot of bright people over there. Let them get new jobs. Let them start their own firms. You know, let them join other firms that didn't make all the mistakes that the Goldmans of the world made.
China.
China's the future. No question about it, that the economic baton is being passed from the west to the east. Sure, China's had some hiccups recently, but ultimately, China's the future. China's doing everything right. They're saving their money. They're producing their money. Right now, they're suffering a little bit because they're one of America's biggest creditor. We're broke. We can't pay back the money they loaned us, so there's a temporary problem. And also, China is still desperately trying to prop up our economy instead of allowing their own economy to flourish. That is temporarily hurting the Chinese economy, but I think they're going to come to their senses. You know, maybe to paraphrase Abraham Lincoln, you can't fool all the Chinese all the time. And at some point, they're going to let the U.S. economy collapse, and their own economy is going to take off.
And finally, Obama.
Look, you know, Obama campaigned on change, and unfortunately, it's more of the same. You know, he recently used one of the analogies I've been using for some time. He said, you know, when you're in either a SUV or a hybrid, whatever, but if you're driving towards a cliff, you know, it's time to change course, change directions. The problem is, he's not changing directions. All Obama is doing is stepping on the gas.
Peter Schiff, thanks for a very special lightning round. And I'm Greg Greenberg for TheStreet.com TV. Please come back. Thanks a lot.
I will. Thanks.